Hi everyone. So let's start the session. So I am Srishti and today Rosalia and I will be taking this introductory session of Flutter. But before we get started, we want you guys to spend a few minutes to think about your goals and what you want to achieve through these sessions. Now I'll be sharing a link in the chat, so I request all of you to click on that link.
Hey everyone, I hope you all can see this Jamboard. I want you guys to paste a virtual sticky note here. I can show you how to put one, and maybe I'll fill out one of my own goals here to show you. Now, all of you can start filling out your goals too, and at the end of the semester, we'll review these goals and see if we have achieved them.
It's really good to see that a lot of you have started filling it.
I am a little bit late, so I don't have this link.
Okay, I'll send the link again. Just a second.
Thank you.
Can you see it now?
Yes, Dee.
Okay. Okay, so I hope you guys had fun in that little activity and you can always look at your goals as we go along. And now let's get back to the presentation. So, in today's session, we will give you guys a brief introduction to Flutter and we will also show you a project of ours. And finally, we will talk a bit about Git and GitHub. At the end of the session, we'll be sharing an installation guide so that you guys can set up Flutter on your own laptops. Okay, so coming back to the presentation, so the first question that would come to your mind is what is Flutter? So Flutter is an open source UI software development kit created by Google. It is used to develop applications for Android, iOS, Linux, Mac, Windows, Google Fuchsia, and the web from a single code base. Okay, so that was a dictionary definition of Flutter, but I'm sure that a lot of you are wondering what exactly is Flutter. And to be able to answer this question, we first have to put ourselves into the mind of a mobile app developer.
This is Bob, and he's an iOS developer. Now, Bob has made this really cool app where instead of matching with other people, you get to match with food items. And you get to figure out what food you most want to eat. And it's a super popular app. Everybody loves it. But there's just one problem. It's only on iOS. So every other day, he gets a question of when is it coming to Android? When is it coming to Android? When's it coming to Android? And at some point, he has finally had enough and he decides to go and buy loads and loads of books, study Java, study Android development, and finally, he's able to have both of these buttons on his website, get it on Google Play, and download on the App Store. So now he has the same app on the Google Play Store and the App Store. Now, this is great for the users. But for Bob, it means that when he has any updates that he wants to make to the app or any bug fixes, he has to push those both to the Play Store as well as the App Store. So, two places now instead of one. And he has to maintain two code bases. So, that's a lot of work down the line. It's basically double the amount of work that he used to have. But that's not all, because he gets complaints from users saying, hey, in your app, some of the layouts look really weird. It doesn't look right. What is wrong with your app? Now, this is because not only does he have to support a huge array of different screen sizes and aspect ratios for the iOS ecosystem, the iPads, the iPhones, the older iPhones, but he also now has a whole bunch of Android devices. And because Android devices can be made by literally anybody, the number of different screen sizes is just massive. And it's really hard to keep on top of what are all of the different screen sizes in order to be able to design your app to look good on all of them.
Now, here's where Flutter comes in. The guys at Flutter had this question. More and more so, we're seeing screens everywhere. There's screens on fridges, there's screens at the bus stop, there's screens in your mirror, and they're all different aspect ratios and different screen sizes. So, why can't we create something that can intelligently and easily allow developers to design beautiful interfaces for all of these different types of screens? And this is exactly what Flutter is. It's simply a toolkit that makes it easy for developers to design beautiful interfaces for all sorts of screen sizes and devices. And it comes with a whole bunch of pre-built widgets that make it easy to lay out your app. So there are straightforward things such as laying out your app with rows or with columns or stacks. And what if you could use the system to design and develop for almost any device? Because all that Flutter does is it asks for a blank window on the device, be it on Android or iOS or web or desktop. All it's asking for is just a simple blank window. And what Flutter will do is it will draw onto that blank window and whatever it is that needs to be rendered and whatever animations or interactions or changes you want. It's all painted on by Flutter. So that means that instead of making iOS apps the Apple way and making Android apps the Android way, you can simply use a whole bunch of pre-built widgets from Flutter and you can simply put these into your app no matter which platform you're working on. And they've even designed widgets that look the part for each platform. This is how Flutter works. You get access to a whole bunch of widgets so you can see these widgets as Lego blocks almost. And by plugging them together and customizing them, you end up with a beautiful app that can be deployed almost everywhere. So now we want to show you guys what Flutter is capable of. So let us look at an app that we can build with Flutter. So I'll be sharing my screen now. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Can you see the phone thing?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the logo for our app. Our app is called AdoPet and it was an app built for pet adoption. So now if I click on the app, I get redirected to this welcome screen, which has just two simple buttons for login or register. So I'll show you the registration screen. So here we can create any account to get started, and we even have the option of signing in with Google. So I can sign in with Google by clicking on this Google icon, and that will lead me to my Gmail, and I can log in through my Gmail. But I'm not going to do that right now. So it gave me a warning because I didn't log in. Since I've already have an account that I have made with this app, I'm just going to simply log in through that. So my username is Shrishti at email.com and my password is 123456. So I'll log in. So this is the homepage of our app. We just have pets which are divided according to their categories. So we have some dogs here, and then we have cats, we have some rabbits and birds as well. So these are the different pets that we have on our app. And as you can see, like each there's a card representing each pet, so which has a picture of the pet, the name, the breed, the gender, and the age. And we even have this option to search for the pets by their breed. So like suppose if I'm searching for a corgi, then I get to see Moose, who is a corgi. So that was the homepage. And on the homepage, we also have this icon for which is the logo of our app. And if you click on it, you can just see some information about our team. So that's me and another girl, Lasia and Rosalia, and we had built this app together. So that's just like a little about us. And then here we have a sidebar, which the user, the whoever has logged in, their email shows up at the top. And then we have some different pages. So I just showed you the home page. We also have an adoption request page where all you like whenever you request to adopt a pet, that those will show up here. But right now it's empty because I didn't request anything yet. And we also have a favorites page. So if you like a pet, you are allowed to favorite it, and that's supposed to show up there. And we also have this why adopt page where you can read about why it's better to adopt pets. And yes, so those are the basic pages. And then again, we have a about us, which I had just showed you. And now I'll show you one pet profile in detail. So let's see Hedwig. So this is Hedwig's pet profile. And at the top, we just have three pictures of Hedwig. And then we have the name, the address, and then some information, and then like a picture of the owner and a description by the owner. Now, suppose that I want to favorite Hedwig, I can do so by clicking on this like button, and then Hedwig should show up on my favorites page. Yeah. And I can also like if I don't want to favorite him anymore, I can click on it again. And yeah, and I can also send an adoption request. This sends an email to the user, and it also shows up on the adoption request page. Yeah, and you can also cancel it by clicking on it again. Yeah, so that was one app, so that so you guys can see like what sort of apps we can make with Flutter. And now you can also log out by clicking here. So that was just like one example of the millions of apps that you can make with Flutter. And now let's go back to the presentation.
Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Before we get started with installing Flutter, let's first go through what is it that you'll need in order to be able to work with Flutter and also run apps on your apps on iOS and Android. Now, first things first, you're going to need a computer of some sort, and to be able to develop for Flutter, it can either be Windows or Mac. In order to create Flutter apps, you can do it on both platforms. The next step of being able to develop Flutter apps requires us having some sort of code editor to be able to create Dart code so that we can build Flutter apps. And the two contenders that you should consider are Android Studio and VS Code, and they are both pretty capable in terms of developing for Flutter. Now, personal preferences aside, me and Shrishti are going to be using Android Studio for our lessons. And there's many reasons, including it makes it easier to work with the emulator. And down the line, even if you're using VS Code, there'll be places where you'll need to use Android Studios anyways. So we might as well commit to one platform, and the one that we have chosen is Android Studio. Now, the next thing is testing our apps. So when we create a Flutter app, we can build it either as an Android app or as an iOS app. And as a Windows or a Mac user, you'll find it incredibly easy to run the Android counterpart of your Flutter app. All you need is either a physical device running Android like your phone or an emulator, which is a pretend version of an Android phone that's going to run on your computer, and both work just as well for the purposes of our sessions. Now, on the other hand, if you want to test the iOS counterpart of your Flutter app, things get a little bit more tricky. So in order to develop an app and run it either on a physical iPhone device or on an iOS simulator, you will need a Mac. The iOS simulator is a program that will only run on a Mac. So basically, you'll find that in order to work with the iOS app and to be able to test it and to be able to build it and to be able to put it on the iOS App Store, you'll need a Mac.
Now we will share a document in the chat which contains link to some YouTube videos which you can watch to set up Flutter in your laptops, and there are separate videos for Windows and Mac. We want each one of you to have Flutter installed on your systems by the next session, and we are also sharing a spreadsheet with you. Please write yes next to your name in the spreadsheet once you're done installing Flutter. And if you face any issues, you can reach out to me or Rosalia. So just wait a second, I'm sending the links. I sent the spreadsheet.
Easy, can you please share the installation guide, that link also?
Yeah, I'm going to send that, the resources. Can you see it?
Yes, Dev.
Okay. So you guys can keep a track of that. Yeah. And also in our sessions, all of us are going to work together on a lot of projects, and we will also need to share our projects. And so for this, we'll be using tools such as Git and GitHub. So what is Git in a nutshell? Git is a free and open source distributed version control system designed to handle everything from small to very large projects with speed and efficiency. GitHub is a code hosting platform for version control and collaboration. It lets you and others work together on projects from anywhere. So, first, we need to create an account on GitHub. So, everyone can go to github.com in their browsers, as Rosalia is showing. Oh, okay, you guys are unable to. Is it not? Uh, just a second, I'll check whether the document is. I think it's viewable. Is anybody else facing issues in seeing that resources document? Okay, it's opening. Apurva, maybe you can send your
No, this
email.
is fine.
Okay. Apurva, you can text us on the group and we'll share it on the group also if you want after the session.
Okay, Di.
So, everyone, can you guys go to github.com in your browsers? We'll paste the link of that too. So once you're on github.com, you can click on that sign up button. And and you can fill out your details. We'll be waiting for 5 minutes so that all of you can make your accounts. And once you're done doing that, you can add your usernames in the spreadsheet as well. There's a column for GitHub usernames.
So for those of you who haven't made a GitHub account yet, it's okay, and you can make it after a while, and then you can fill the spreadsheet too. So now let's get back to the presentation. So don't worry if all the terminology about Git seems confusing to you. It is actually pretty easy, and your second task for this week, apart from setting up Flutter, is to watch this 30-minute crash course of Git, which will teach you all the basics that you need to know to work with Git and GitHub for this course. If you have any doubts in either Git or Flutter setup, you can refer to the online resources and try to solve your doubts. If you still cannot find any solutions and you're completely stuck, you can text us your doubts on the group and we will surely help you out. If there are a lot of doubts, we can even keep a doubt session later to resolve them.
So that was all for today. But before you leave, we have prepared a fun quiz for all of you so that you can test your learning. And now I'll just share my screen. Okay. Is it visible?
Yeah, it's visible.
So everyone can go to this www.kahoot.it and then you can enter this game pin. Okay, a lot of people have already joined. Is anyone left right now?
Yeah, दीदी actually connecting ही हो रहा
Oh,
है, so
okay.
please wait.
Okay.
हो गया दीदी.
Okay, सबका हो गया ना? Okay, I guess सबका हो okay one okay अब हो गया होगा सबका.
दी मेरा बस होने वाला है।
Okay.
दी आई एम इन।
Okay. Is everyone in?
Yes, दी.
Okay, so now I'll start the quiz. Also, this one has multiple correct options. This question. Okay, whoever is the Terminator is winning. Okay, that was the end. Let's see. Okay, Soumya has come third, and Apurva is second. So, and Terminator is first. I don't know who that is. And Vanshika and Simran are runner-up. So, yeah, I hope you guys had fun in that. So, that was all for today. Um, And yes, so just do your task, which is to set up Flutter and to watch that Git video. And whenever you make your GitHub account, and whenever you do the Flutter setup, just fill the spreadsheet and update it. So that brings us to the end of the session, and we hope you enjoyed it, and we look forward to future sessions. Thanks a lot.